What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and I'm bringing you guys a long-awaited Goresh Skogel build. Mainly more of a Goresh guide, but obviously Goresh and Skogel are like PB and J, right? Goresh and Skogel are PB and J. So first of all, let me give you guys a credibility, but while I go to that, make sure that you guys drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the video. That definitely helps us out a ton. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video, guys. Okay, so going into it, guys, you guys can see here, let me turn my camera off. Bang. I'm obviously a mage main, right? Last season I got almost 27 million merits with my mages, but I also used a decent amount of infantry, right? Almost 10 million merits with infantry last season, right? So that's a little bit of my credibility as far as like tanks and stuff like that go. Also, going into, so a third of my merits, like, that's pretty solid. That's a decent amount of tanks, and I definitely used a lot of mana to get there. But anyways, going into my Goresh, we have 95.4 million PvP kills with Goresh, and as you can see here, for the most part, I was doing dailies and stuff like that mainly for him. The anniversary event helped me get him, but man, Goresh has been one of my favorite investments personally, because the feeling of having people run away from you in the field is almost second to none. Like, yeah, sure, getting those 70, 80, 90, 100k freaking merit reports are really satisfying, right? But having people run from you is a different sense. It's just a different feeling, right? So going into the pairings for Goresh, let me show you guys a few pairings that I was running towards the end of my KVK. I was like, you know what? I was starting to run out of stamina on my heroes, so I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and you guys can see the level of consistency, right? So this is not like, oh, I got one good merit report and then bang, I'm giving you guys a build. This is a build that I've been using for a very long time, guys. Very long time. I can't even remember who gave it to me, to be honest. It was either Stan or Stretch. I can't remember who did it, right? But here's one right here, 41k merit report. You can see I took 50k sev wounds to 124, which that is insane right here, right? And this is against a strong alliance, right? I'm sure you guys saw WoW and UHA and our KVK. It's not like I'm facing against a bunch of T4s, because, man, don't we all miss those days when we had Goresh Skogel back in the day, and there was a lot of T4s out there, man. We were getting like 100k merit reports back in the day with Goresh Skogel. But anyways, you can see here another 30k, 44 to 85. Usually about a 2.0 plus was pretty good, but ideally even a positive is pretty good, right? 46 to 78 here. Then I was starting to run low on my stamina on Skogel because I was running her with my calves. So I'm like, okay, I gotta run someone else. And check this out. I ran Goresh with my Danfel, right? 48, 59. Didn't do as well, but it was still doing decent. Shout out Mu Shang. She's just the best. You guys get a little sneak peek there. Another Goresh Danfel. Goresh Mogro. My Mogro's 5111, only 4-star. Even a Goresh Hosk, right? Some of you guys may be wondering, like, what are some other builds that I've ran him with? Let's see. Some other builds that I ran Goresh with. I actually ran him with Mu. Mu actually did decent with him. Granted, she has awakened for me. But even a low configuration, she was doing decent. But ideally, you want to keep Goresh and Skogel together, man. They're like I said, they're like PB and J. Let's see, what date did I recruit Goresh? How long has Goresh been in my lineup? Since 2023. I can't even do that math in my head, but since November 23rd, 2023, he's been in my lineup, guys. So yeah, have a lot of experience with Goresh. But anyways, going into the talent tree, here's the talent tree that I'm running, right? Here's the talent tree that I'm running. Make sure you guys get your screenshots ready. And I've ran so many different builds, and to this day, I still have the tendency to, let's see, did I name it after whose preset? No, I didn't. I probably should. But anyways, here's the build that I went with, guys. So overall attack, the pretty standard stuff down here. Overall health, right? Shield stability, little infantry defense, hero skill damage taken reduction. Right here I went with more normal attack. Cool headed, right? Increases the defense. Went with less normal attack damage. Of course, you got to get the more counter attack. And here's the one that I kind of switch on and off, right? Flank protection. The reason why I went for flank protection in this one for this season specifically was because there's a lot of Cav players running around. So with all those Cav players running around, having that flank protection, right? Because whenever you take surrounded damage from a bunch of Cavs, they start stacking their damage pretty good. But if you got flank protection here, it definitely goes a long way. And then ready for battle is an 8% chance to launch an extra counter attack damage. And when you got 70, 80 people hitting you, this starts really putting in work, right? Like a lot of people go with Iron Will, right? Extends the duration of buffs or whatever, but it's like, I kind of felt that ready for battle, even though it's only 8%, guys, it definitely starts putting in some work once it starts stacking. Then we came over to the tank side, overall defense, right? Taking less counter attack damage there, less normal attack damage, and then some more, reducing hero skill damage and a little bit of extra HP. So this is what I've been running. This is the build here. All right. Moving on to the artifact. Oh my god, the Spirit Bone Torque has to be one of my favorite artifacts, man. Like this, like it's I mean, it grants 600 rage points and taunts up to 5 surrounding enemy legions, man, forcing them to attack your legion for 5 seconds. Right. Also, you gain a shelter and determination for 30 seconds. Shelter defense is 30%. Determination normal attack damage less 10%. Additional effect, you do 20% more counter attack damage. My lord. My lord. But anyway, some alternatives if you don't have Spirit Bone Torque. I've actually ran it with Dragon Scale. I ran it with Dragon Scale and it was decent. I'm not gonna lie, the Dragon Scale was decent. I've ran it with Greymar's Warhammer as well. Did pretty decent. I've also ran it with the shield, right? Because it gives that attack percentage and some extra damage there as well. If you don't have any of the Forge artifact keys, because for all my low spends / free to plays, I got you guys. Fang of Ashkari is great, man. I think the Fang of Ashkari is probably one of the best like low spend artifacts you can get. If you don't have any of those going into the purples, Freeze Ring. Oh my god, the Freeze Ring is second to none, man. Very underrated. Very underrated. I think the Freeze Ring is amazing, right? If you don't have any of the other ones and you're like low spend free to play, you're like, dang, you watch Gun's video and you don't have any of the crazy Forge artifacts. That's a tongue twister. I guess I could just say you don't have any of the Forge artifacts. But anyways, continue on. You don't have any of the crazy ones. You can go with Freeze Ring. I've even used Storm Arrows blinking into that back line, trapping a few enemy units to punish them even more. So that's good right there with the artifacts. And as far as the pets, here goes the pets, right? I often get asked, Guns, should I go with the Moon Bear or the Venomous Lizard? And let me tell you guys, I am a huge fan of the Venomous Lizard. Why? Because the Bruin Bear does some AoE damage, right? It does some AoE damage, right? Damages up to 5 surrounding enemy legions. But there's a lot of times where you get blocked by infantry and you're not even hitting 5 surrounding. You're maybe hitting 2, 3, maybe. But with the Venomous Lizard, you can hit anyone that's hitting you. Right? Any chance. Anyone that hitting you has a chance to get infected by the Venomous Lizard. Now, someone in the comment section below, let me know. Maybe I could even ask CS. But from what I heard, the Venomous Lizard can only hit up to 10 targets. I don't know where that number came from. Several people put that information out there. I cannot confirm that, but if you can confirm that, let me know down in the comment section below. But either way, guys, this is the build that I've been running on it, and it's been running really well. Obviously, this is really expensive, right? The 2-star Fatal Bite, the 2-star Angry Roar, the 2-star Blood Roar. That starts really stacking up. And man, let me tell you guys, I cannot stress how important these freaking pet skills are, right? For example, my Fatal Bite was 1-star, and I didn't have Angry Roar here. I had like a 1-star advanced Counter Strike, because a lot of us been holding on to the 1-star advanced Counter Strike. Which, let me tell you guys, that 1-star ain't doing nothing, bro. Maybe even the 2-star's not really even doing that much for you. When I added the Fatal Bite to 2-star from 1-star, and then the 2-star Angry Roar, I was getting 5 to 7k more merits for my March. Man, oh man, that is huge, right? That is huge. So make sure that you guys are investing in your pets properly. Although, if you go Bruin Bear, which my Bruin Bear is not even invested in, right? I kind of just have it. I honestly should probably just get rid of it, to be honest. But anyways, if you have a Broom Bear, it still does really good out in the field, especially when you're going tank on tank. It does really well when you're going tank on tank. Arguably, maybe even better than the Venomous Lizard when you're doing tank on tank fighting. But specifically for you rally leads and garrison leads, you know, that's why I would say go Bruin Bear. But for majority of us out here that are more like field fighters, I would stick with the Venomous Lizard. Why? The Venomous Lizards also could be used with your cavalry, right? You like the fact that, and I've also used the Venomous Lizard with my Hoskanara with archers. You know what I mean? If you're getting surrounded and you're able to do kind of like an AoE kind of damage to or the possibility of AoE damage to anyone hitting you, like, man, that is huge, right? So that's why I go with that. Dude, believe it or not, I've ran out of stam on my Venomous Lizard, and I ran my Sand Lizard, and let me tell you guys, even this Sand Lizard did really good. You know, I know Venomous Lizard is definitely still better, but if you're in a situation where you don't have the luxury to invest in so many different pets, and if you are, you're probably making a pretty big mistake, or you're cracking, right? So either one of those two shoes fits, right? But anyways, let's just say you don't have Venomous Lizard, but you do have a Sand Lizard laying around, and you're like a mage main archer main, you can't really afford to fully go into another pet for the infantry. The Sand Lizard still does pretty decent, right? It gives you a little bit of sustain, a little bit of healing, right? So still does pretty good. So kind of moving on, let's see, we went over the talent tree, kind of showed you guys the field reports as proof that Goresh Gogo is still pretty good. Showed you guys alternate artifacts, the pets, the talent tree that I went over. Okay, minimum investment now, right? Minimum investment. I would say minimum investment for your Goresh, if you can get him to a 551, you're starting to cook, right? Obviously, 551 is ideally where you want to be. Same thing with Skogul. I would say 551 would be pretty good. And you're getting ready to start cooking, right? Even at 551 for these. I've had them before. Granted, I had them early on. But even to this day, I know some people that have Goresh 555 and Skogul 555. And they're still doing pretty good. I'm not going to lie. So they're doing pretty good. In terms of like, the infantry march is doing good at minimum investment. I still think Goresh Gogo are king, right? Because, I mean, obviously you guys saw that I had my Danfel, right? Which leads me to my next topic, which is a little bit extra information if you made it this far into the video. Danfel, Mogro are also doing really well, but you literally got to have them max before you see them start competing with Goresh Gogo. Even Goresh Gogo at low configurations. So, it is nice to see that Mogro Danfel are starting to do a little bit better. For me specifically, my Danfel's Awaken only 4-star. You're like, Guns, why don't you 6-star them? Because for me, I only 6-star marches that I'm using very regularly, right? AKA my mage marches and my Goresh Skogul. Anyways, that's really going to be it for the video, guys. If you guys have any more questions, let me know, guys. Let me know what kind of questions that you guys have as far as Goresh goes. I know everyone's accounts are different, right? Either spend levels, account progression, how old your account is, etc., etc. Ask away in the comment section below, guys. As you guys know, I'm good with my word. I'm telling you guys. I always catch up to all my comments. Either I react to it or I reply to every single one of my comments since I started this channel. I can promise you that, right? Anyways, with that being said, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, because if you take this guide and apply it, you're gonna do some damage, man. You're gonna do some damage. But if you did, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, guys. It definitely helps us out a ton ski, right? And if you're not subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss out on the guides that I provide for you guys, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. Until next time, guys, your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all. Take it easy.